It's London Marathon weekend. We're here in London. Let's have some fun. So that is the music that I would have used for this travel montage if I hadn't forgot to mention the most important thing about this video, and that is that this is Holly, girlfriend and star of my most viewed video, and she is the one who's racing the London Marathon. I will be racing in this video and it is a good one, but really I'm just here as marathon support crew. So that's enough travel montage, let's get into it. So it's Friday morning, just gone 7:30 AM. I have had a lot of caffeine and have jogged over to the Alex Yee Arena, which is a track here in London. Today I'm training with my friend Owen. Me and Owen both went to West Texas A&M University together in 2017 and we haven't trained together since. We both seem to still be running well, so it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. I'm doing 6x1k with 2 minutes and 45 seconds recovery, and honestly I'll take all the company I can get, so unfortunately that has to be Owen because everyone else is racing the marathon. But I'm sure I'll be grateful for the company when he ever arrives, and yeah, it should be fun to just start the weekend off with a hard session. The goal will be to run them all under 250, I would hope that the first one will be just under that 250 and then we can sort of progress it down. But really it's just about going out and working hard and trying my best to drop Owen because he's quite smug and that would make me feel great, but try and get 6 by a K done at like sub 14 minute 5k pace, and that would be a great session, and get it done nice and early before getting stuck into all the other fun stuff I've got planned this weekend. There he is, arriving at 7:57 AM for an 8 AM start. I'm going to be honest, if this is what I'm up against, I think it might be a solo session. Oh wow, you're looking great, mate. Look at that, oh wow.
6 by a K.
Okay,
with about 2:45 recovery.
Yeah, we'll try and start about. Yeah, I mean that sounds better than 250, doesn't it?
67.
68's 250.
Just up 2:49.9 is all right, this one. And that'll give it a chance to recover.
I mean, I kind of expected you would get faster.
Get early to get faster. Yeah, he's a worry. Number 4 maybe, but not number 2. Yeah.
Well, it sounds daft, but the recovery's only that long. Like, for hard pace. Yeah.
One more hang in there for when we get through the last one.
I think he'll be doing
Sorry, I was planning to progress, by the way.
No. Run how you feel, it's alright, there's nothing there.
Yeah, no, I feel good.
It's a windless track, this, unlike Glasgow.
I've started with 4 laps now, it's 4 reps now, so.
So I just finished up the 6 by a K session here at the track. Owen, first session together in 7 years, how did you find it?
I've been pretending for 7 years I'm still better than you, and I think you are still, actually you're now better than me. So
I actually forgot to take the camera away, it was just sitting up filming the entire session. So I think we'll have pretty good footage, proof that I am in fact better at training. So we'll put our average paces on the screen now, just so that we can see how much better I am than Owen. But of course it's not a competition, it's just about training to get better, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, like I've got work now. I'm supposed to be, it's currently 9:15, so I'm chairing a meeting in 45 minutes, so if I get back, have a coffee. But fundamentally, so my goal is to break 14 minutes again this year. And I'm going to Manchester in 3 weeks' time to run the Great Manchester 10k.
Very good.
So if I can get close to sub 29 or like just dip underneath it, that'd be a pretty massive run for me. So fingers crossed. Like I think that session shows I'm in that space.
I mean, I think you're in good shape. I think I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. And that was a particularly good day. The fact that I can do a session with someone who isn't my dad just makes me feel like 10% better.
Charlie was like, Owen should only do 800 metres. Owen's not very fit.
Yeah.
So my extra motivation was to like beat the predictions of your dad, who I've met like twice.
I think that it wasn't that Owen's not very fit, it was that I'm very fit, and sometimes you have to be realistic, mate. The final question is going to be 7 years since we lived together. Have you missed me? What have you missed most about me? If you've missed anything at all?
I've missed being able just to call someone shit and them not take it personally.
So the backstory, the quick backstory to this is that Owen was so much better than me when we were in America, and Owen liked to remind me of that fact every single day, sometimes twice a day. So now the tables have turned a little bit, and honestly, I should just say that I was so bad at running in 2018 that I almost quit. The only thing that kept me going was that I wanted to be faster than him. I told Owen that we would finish our careers and I would have a faster 5k PB than him, and he rolled on the floor laughing for at least 20 minutes. So that's the only thing that kept me motivated in 2018. And in 2022 I finally broke his 5k PB. But I mean, a few years ago I thought he would never ever do it again, but we don't know, there might be a good head-to-head competition coming. Also, I was in the Dragonflies. Were you in your plimsolls?
I was in Saucony Endorphin 4s, which weighed like 80 grams and had a stack height of 1 mil. So.
Also, that's probably a good question. Hoka sponsored athlete, favourite Hoka shoe?
Rocket X2s, the 5k marathon shoe. That's what I did my session in, and that's what I'll be racing in this summer.
Very good. Try them out if you can. Great shoe, recommended by Owen.
Definitely.
Definitely not sponsored. Just finished up with an extra long 5 mile warm down. Decided to just run back to the flat from the track because I don't want to be squeezing mileage in this weekend. At the end of the day, we're down here for Holly and my doubles are not going to take priority. Her marathon is. So just a bit of extra mileage. Maybe won't have to run so much over the next 2 days. But session went great. 6 by a K, 2 minutes 45 seconds recovery. Started off 2:48, got down to 2:42. I think averaged about 2:45. So really, really good. Great having Owen there. We took a rep each. I was feeling a little bit stronger, so I ended up having to do a bit more leading, but that was still, just having him there helped so much. And I think we're both absolutely delighted with our sessions. I know I certainly am. So it's Saturday morning here in London. I just ran a little bit of the course, kind of make sure I know what I'm doing when I'm spectating Holly tomorrow. Just get a good sight on all the roads between Cutty Sark and where I want to see Holly at 9 miles tomorrow. It's all a bit exciting. I was actually feeling a little bit up as if I was racing, but unfortunately not tomorrow. Fully spectating. And yeah, yesterday ended up being pretty busy. After the session we went to the expo, which was amazing. These marathon expos just have absolutely everything nowadays, and I think Holly made sure that she enjoyed it. We came out with quite a few bags, New Balance stuff and other various items that she probably didn't need, but you only get to come here once. And we had a great time. I was also able to meet up with one of the athletes that I coach, who's running the virtual London Marathon tomorrow. And then after leaving the expo, even though we were both feeling a little bit overwhelmed, we went to the NN running pop-up store. Didn't end up buying anything. We left there and actually met up with everyone's favourite NN running team member, Mark Scott. Got a double done with him. That was good fun catching up. We haven't caught up in person since the Wrexham video, which was like my 3rd video on YouTube last July. So good to catch up with him. Little 6 mile double at 7-minute pace before going for dinner and getting home at a semi-reasonable hour. So that was yesterday. Today, just set the alarm for early, get out an hour jog before heading over to the mini marathon, which I'm really quite excited about. I honestly have no idea what to expect, and it's going to be great to take the camera along and experience it with everyone else. So we're just currently walking down to the start of the mini marathon. So basically what's happening here is it's the 40th year anniversary of the mini marathon, which is a race that I did growing up. The top 6 athletes from Scotland every year got selected, and at 9 o'clock on the Sunday morning of the real London Marathon, we would run the last 3 miles of the race, and it was amazing. We got to run the course before everyone else. But this year, because it's an anniversary, they invited back the alumni, and I decided to come down and give it a go. It's now a completely different course. You run 2.6k around the sort of finish area of the London Marathon, but still just open to under 13 to under 17 athletes. But for 1 year only, the old guys get a shot at going for it again. Unfortunately, I did do a session yesterday and a run this morning, so I'm definitely not racing it today. I wish I could be, but I'm not. Just 2.6k, nice and easy running, enjoy the experience, enjoy the hospitality, and see what happens. I have no idea what to expect, but we're pretty much here, so let's go and see.
As a side note, this just means that Ryan has managed to make this whole weekend about him.
I used to love the mini marathon. It was my favourite day of the year, so I was never going to pass up the opportunity. How do you feel that you have this whole lane to yourself?
Just want to do some strength.
This is Holly's first run in 2 weeks, by the way.
And it is Aldersbrook Primary School. So Aldersbrook Primary School are first out in Mass Way, number 213.
This song is very fitting. So wear this party on and let's do.
It's got a chip on it. This is serious. Maybe I will race. Don't tell Holly, but I'm getting a bit scared about jogging around. I kind of want to race it. But we'll see what everybody else looks like. I'm not going to race it at like 5-minute miles, but if racing it's like 5:40s, I might have to think about it, because I can't really resist crossing that finish line in front of Buckingham Palace first, because I don't think that'll ever happen again. She's coming back. I'm going to stop talking now. Hello everybody, I hope you can hear me at the back. Yeah, you are. You probably noticed that I didn't do a warm-up here. Neither an 8-mile run 4 hours before the start or a 600-metre walk to the start line counts as a warm-up for a man who is almost 30. Or at least that's my excuse for the fact that this actual 6-year-old is ahead of me here. Anyway, I get off the line slowly, and my first thought is, well, I'm not winning this. I couldn't keep up with the guy in the lead even if I was racing it. So I kept my camera out and decided to just document the experience and save my big win in front of Buckingham Palace for the real London Marathon in 2026. I do, after about 600 metres, find myself running alone in second place, but honestly, this kid in front, I'm not sure if you can even see him. He's like 10 seconds ahead of me. At some point, around halfway into the 2.6k race, I took a break from recording to look up and realised that he was only about the same distance ahead of me as he was a few minutes earlier. And since I felt good and the crowd were getting behind me for some reason, since I'm double his age, I just chased after him. I did this very gradually, and based on my splits, which I will get into, I don't think he could have slowed too much after his initial sprint off the line. I just warmed up and couldn't let myself miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime to beat a 14-year-old. With about 400 metres to go, I made sure to make a hard move past him and made sure that he couldn't use youth to outsprint me. I still feel quite bad about this, but what else could I have done? I ended up coming across the line in first place, but as karma for beating a child, I didn't get to break the tape since I got absolutely smoked by a wheelchair athlete. 24 hours, Holly's going to be running under there. Maybe not quite, it's 12:40. That'd be a 3:01, maybe not. So that's us just finished up with a big race. Ended up coming across the line in first place, beating some kids, some older people who ran the mini marathon 40 years ago. But a win's a win at the end of the day. And at the end, way after crossing the line, I actually found out that second place was Paul Radcliffe's son, who is 14 years old, which is a little bit embarrassing, but got to take these wins. I don't think there's much chance of me ever crossing that finish line in first place ever again, so couldn't have any regrets. I said beforehand that I would race if it was like 5:40s. Ended up being 5:05s, which is kind of insane because it did not feel that fast. The crowd and the atmosphere and everything has just made it feel so much better than what it was, but really, really good fun and getting ready for the big one now. Let's go and we'll talk more tomorrow morning. London Marathon morning. We're all very excited. Holly, London Marathon morning. How you feeling?
I'm excited, a bit nervous, but mostly excited. I'm just glad it's here because I couldn't have done with another night of not sleeping.
Perfect morning for it so far. So
yeah, it's lovely. There's like not a sign of any wind. It's like that kind of misty, hairy way that will probably burn off and be like a scorcher of a day, but hopefully I can at least get a wee part of the run done before the sun comes out. Factor 50 ready.
Everything's organised, gels, drinks, ready to go.
Yeah, I've got them all over me at the minute. I've got the on shorts on and I've been recommended them by a few people that have done marathons before, so yeah, hopefully they work out well today.
Hey, hoping for a wee PB?
Yeah, I think it's reasonable. I'm not being overconfident to hope that I can get a PB because before Valencia I had quite a bad cold. Watch the video. And I felt awful even up until the day before. I was like, is this the best idea or could I feel worse from this? But I'm glad I did it. But I did stop and walk for a considerable amount of the second half. So I think today not having a cold and having a little bit more preparation should mean a PB. I haven't had the best last 2 weeks because I've had, I think, possibly pes anserine bursitis is what Dr. Google has told me. It's not been the best, but actually it's forced me to taper quite well, so my legs should feel quite fresh, hopefully. So yeah, so PB, I'm not going to say a time, but better than 3:35 would be a good day, I would take that.
My goal for Holly is to, 1, enjoy it, and 2, run the whole way. And if we can do both of those things, we're going to be in a great place.
If I could beat Harry Styles' time from Tokyo Marathon, that would also be quite good.
I'll put that on the screen because I don't know it exactly. Yeah, ready to go. Big bottle of electrolytes. Adios, Pro 4s on the feet. And we're going to just get the underground. I feel like as soon as we got on the tube, that's us in the chaos. So enjoying this right now. And good luck to Holly, it's going to be good fun.
Yeah, you can, yeah. Sun's out.
We've made it to Blackheath. So that's me left Holly to head into the start pen, and I'm just about to start my run. I've got 2 hours this morning, but it's going to be very much broken up into big chunks of stopping to spectate. Really looking forward to it. I think she's going to go really well. She's not that confident. She hasn't ran that much in the last 2 weeks, if at all. She's really just been playing it safe, and I think it's going to be a really good one. Just hopefully the heat doesn't play a factor because it's already pretty hot and she still has about 40 minutes to go until the start. But excited and ready to see how well she does, because she really does deserve a good one. Until the last 2 weeks, this block was just amazing. She was doing work like she'd never done before, so I'm excited to see what the result shows, and just hopefully she gets it right. So basically my plan for today, while doing this 2-hour run, is to run to the 1k mark right now, see Holly at 1k, then I'm going to run from 1k all the way along the bottom road, stop off at the flat and grab some ice. Hopefully get to see the elites at some point before I see Holly at 8 miles. See her at 11, get the underground to 15, see her again 18, and then try and get the tube to like 23 or 25. So that'll be the goal, to see her 5 times at least. No, 6 with the first K, but not sure how it's going to go. Stay tuned, I'm going to get that 2 hours in anyway. This is the closest I'm going to get to running on the course. Feeling like I'm part of it. Just standing at about 400 metres waiting for Holly. She's got about 4 minutes till she starts. The first wave is just away and it is hot. It's going to be very hot in 3 hours time, but right now especially it is hot. But hopefully we've just done the right things, got the hydration nailed. She's going to try and stick to the shade and stay cool as much as possible, really hold back on that pace, and hopefully she can still hit a good one. But for everyone who's out there today that thinks the heat isn't going to be a factor, it definitely is. It's going to be carnage. Let's go. I'm absolutely buzzing, I cannot wait. Nice and relaxed, that's good Holly, you're good, just enjoy it, that's good. She looked a little bit uncomfortable there, but with this sort of injury that she's got, it takes a little bit of time to ease off, and then usually after 20 minutes it's completely fine. That first few K's not the most comfortable, so fingers crossed it just eases as it usually does and we're all good. Let's go Elliot! Go on half day! Go on! Woo! I've retrieved the ice, I've seen the elites, and Holly just went through 10k, absolutely spot on the pace she said she would. 7:30 per mile, she was 7:31 for the first 5k, 7:29 for the second 5k. So I'm going to wait around 8 miles and hopefully see her after about an hour of running. Feeling good, feeling positive, let's go! Okay, good. Yes! Great stuff, great, you look great! This is so good. Holly, the crowds are so deep up here, you're going to get so much support. Perfect pacing, you're looking brilliant, this is good. If I'm being honest, I was shitting myself before I seen you because I don't know how you're going to feel, so very good, keep it going. I'm going to cut down here, so keep it going now, I'll see you at 11, good luck, go on! Okay, I feel a lot better, at least for now, that she's feeling good and I'm having a great time. That was always going to be the toughest part, getting back to the flat and then getting to 8 miles. I was starting to think spectating was a lot more stressful than actually running, and I'm still sure it might be, but feeling good, and so is Holly by the sounds of it. This is some relief from the chaos. I'll be back out in it soon enough. Do you need anything? I don't know how much I'll get to see you again. What? Drink? Okay, right, you're good, this is great, Good! I've been so stressed trying to get Holly her drinks and stuff and she's not even taking them. It's fine, it's all part of the experience, I would do the exact same. Fuck, where is she? Holly! No. Holly, oh, do you want anything? Okay, this is great! Go on, Holly!
Monument.
I can only apologise for giving almost no updates. This has been the most stressful thing ever, trying to get around when things are closed and see Holly at points I told her that I would. But she's looking great, she's holding the pace, just under that 320 pace. It's going to be tough to hold it together in this last 10k in the heat, but she's looking good, she's looking great, and she seems to be really enjoying it. Hopefully I'm going to go and now see her at like 23.5 miles. And then that might be the last time that I get a chance to see her, but having great fun, and sorry that I've not been updating. I've been stressed for the first time in my whole life. So that was very, very stressful. I was standing at 23 miles, about 15 minutes after Holly should have passed. I'd been standing there for ages and had not seen her. But luckily she took an air tag with her, and when it finally updated after 3.5 hours, I seen that she was way ahead. She was almost at 25 miles. So we're good, she's still on for a good one, a 10-minute PB hopefully, and she should be going past Big Ben now, which hopefully she's enjoying. I'd hoped to get there at Big Ben, but obviously now I'm 15 minutes behind her. But all good, she's running really well and amazing, and I didn't get to give her anything, so that's good. Lovely. I hope that she's not too hot because I've got the ice here. Anyway, good stuff. I am away to go and see her at the finish. She's done it. She has done it. I feel like actually talking about it, I'm going to just start getting emotional, but we're not going to do that, not right now. That was amazing. 3:23:50 officially. She was on for 3:24 at 40k, so she's picked it up. And oh, amazing, amazing. I wish I could have seen her at 23 miles, but guess it wasn't to be. That was amazing, amazing. I'm so happy for her. I hope she loved it, and gonna go and celebrate now. I'm actually going to go and find the shop and get a prosecco. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Get myself a bloody can of cider because that was, oh yes, that was amazing, amazing. She's done it. So I just met Holly. How was it, Holly?
It was really hard.
Really hard, but amazing, amazing. I can honestly say there's not going to be a lot of 12-minute PBs today.
No.
That was amazing. Any PB is brilliant on a day like today, but a 12-minute PB, amazing. Nailed it. I think you nailed it. Well done. I'm so proud of you. Go on, show us your medal.
I only got one gel left. I did really well. What about anyone else? How did everyone else do? Oh, who won it? Or do I want to know?
Oh, that's I don't think I'll get Oh, we're not getting that in the video. Oh, look at that. This is why you wear your shoes before you run a marathon in them. Holly can't put shoes on, so she has to be helped up. Taking her weight off the stones. So Holly, we're now a few days removed from the marathon. We just decided to give your toes and your legs some time to recover before we actually got your thoughts on it. How did the race go from your perspective?
Yeah, I think actually several days down the line I can now look at it and, really be really happy with it. I think at the time it was quite emotional, and you start to just think about things that have maybe not gone so well and things that you could have improved on. But having a few days, it's made me realise that it was a tough day for everybody out there. There was very few people that had the perfect race, and actually I'm quite happy with it because I finished it, I've got a PB, I didn't stop to walk, and I've come away hopefully unscathed and, not put off doing one again in the very distant future.
Holly says unscathed, like I haven't been waiting on her all week. We're here in Spain, we plan to do a nice road trip. This location is lovely, but we plan to go to Seville and walk around. But yeah, from my perspective and from the people tracking you, it seemed like you paced it pretty perfectly. maybe just started to struggle about that 30k mark. Is that how it felt?
Yeah, I think we had a plan to sort of do 7:30 miling or about 4:40 minute per k. I think up until 30k I'd managed to hold it together. I'm not really sure what happened at 30k. I mean, I guess in hindsight it was probably the wall. I didn't really feel like a moment where I just couldn't, but I just found that I was not able to keep the same pace that I'd had before, and maybe I was developing cramp, and actually the pace that I was at was the pace that I could keep going at, and that I couldn't push any further. If I tried to push any harder, I think I would have had to stop. And that seemed to be the same spot for everybody. I don't know if that's when it was a particularly twisty part of the course.
I mean, from my experience in London, I always struggle about that 30k mark.
Yeah.
Usually I don't get that far, but 30k is especially even worse. So you didn't take any drinks or ice from me because, well, you didn't feel you need it.
That is the best organised race that I've ever been to. I took water every time there was water there, I took Lucozade every time there was Lucozade there, and I took ice as well, which ended up just kind of pouring down places, as you can imagine. The fountains were like the best thing ever. I was making sure no matter where I was in the course that I got over to go underneath them, and when you're in the rhythm you don't want to like lose the pace of reaching and grabbing for other things, and maybe it just felt like that would have ruined my rhythm a bit by taking anything else on board.
Another thing you said to me was that you were glad you didn't see me at 23 miles.
Yeah.
Can you tell us why that was?
Oh, 23 miles, that I just honestly felt at that point that it was like taking everything that I had to just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And I think if I'd seen you, I might have asked you, is it okay if I stop? Is it okay if I walk? But because I didn't see you, I didn't have anybody to ask that to, despite the fact that there was hundreds of people shouting Holly. I just thought, no, I just need to keep going. And to be honest, it was in my mind that your dad had said to me that a successful marathon is a marathon where you don't stop and you don't walk. That would be a success. So I had that in the back of my mind that I would never be able to live it down from Charlie if I had stopped to walk at any point. So yeah.
Did you ever consider lying to Charlie?
I did consider like tripping over a plastic bottle or something just so that I could even sneak like a minute, but my conscience would have not allowed me to live with it. So no, I just kept going despite slowly.
So I always say that you learn something new from every marathon, and I think what you learned from your first one in Valencia was that marathons are really far and really hard. But what did you learn from this one?
A couple of things that I've learned that definitely, would take forward. Get your name on your vest. That was like the best thing that I did for the actual race day. I got Ryan's mum to stitch my name onto my vest, and honestly I could have convinced myself that I had about 1,000 friends out on the streets in London that day for the number of shouts I was getting, and these were people that genuinely seemed to care about how I was doing. The other thing is, don't plan to work or do anything that's going to require you to walk after a marathon. I took this week off knowing that I would be completely useless, wouldn't be able to run to any sort of emergencies at work, so thank goodness I did that because it's been bad.
So we're now on Saturday,
Yep.
6 days after the race. When do you next plan to run?
Ooh, I'm going to give it at least another week. I think it's actually going to be the lack of toenails that's going to stop me running for a while.
So to finish up, 12-minute PB, you didn't walk, you enjoyed it, but most importantly, were you faster than Harry Styles?
I was. It was less than a minute.
It was 17 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
There we go, a successful marathon and another one in the, what did you say, distant future?
Oh yes, I think it's time to go back and try and get faster over the shorter distances. I would recommend anyone to do London Marathon, but I think it's going to take me a while to feel like I can do it justice.
Very good, so I'll be next marathon.
Yes.
Next marathon video is mine. Thanks for watching and subscribe. Want to say anything else?
Strengthen your calves.
Yes.